All right, everyone, welcome back. We're diving right into it today, tackling a topic that I know is on everyone's mind.
Avoiding the pitfalls, the mistakes, those things that can really trip you up when you're starting a business.
Exactly. And we're not just talking about those surface level tips you see everywhere. We went deep, right? Dug into some serious sources to uncover the mistakes that even experienced entrepreneurs make.
Because everyone makes mistakes, right? It's all about learning from them.
Absolutely. So think of this as your crash course in what not to do.
Consider this your entrepreneurial safety manual.
Love it. And the crazy thing is, our sources all pointed to three major mistakes that pop up again and again.
Yeah, these are like the recurring villains of the entrepreneurial world.
And the first one, well, let's just say it's a real passion killer if you let it be.
Mm.
Neglecting market research.
Market research. It sounds kind of boring, but honestly, it's the foundation of everything.
It's like you wouldn't build a house without checking the foundation.
Exactly. You need to know if there's even a market for your amazing idea before you pour your heart, soul, and life savings into it.
And our sources, they really stress that it's not enough to just ask your friends and family if they like your idea.
Everyone's got that one friend, right? The one who says, oh yeah, that's $1 million idea
Yeah.
about everything.
Yeah. You need real, solid data. And that means surveys, but not just any old surveys.
You got to dig deeper. Don't just ask if they'd buy it. Ask them about their pain points, their frustrations with existing solutions. Find out what they really need, what they're missing.
Right. Uncover those unmet needs, and then you can position your product or service as the solution.
It's about being a detective, really.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Now, another strategy our sources were big on is focus groups. Have you ever participated in a focus group?
Oh, yeah, definitely. I actually led one a while back for a new, well, I probably shouldn't say what it was for, but it was fascinating.
Yeah, spill the tea. No, I'm kidding. But
Yeah.
but seriously, what makes them so valuable?
It's that direct interaction with your target audience. You get to see their reactions firsthand, hear their thoughts and suggestions. I remember one focus group, this is for a software company, and they were so confident in their design, but then they put it in front of actual users.
Oh, I bet that was interesting.
It was brutal.
Yeah.
Turns out it was way too complicated for their target audience. They had to go back to the drawing board, but that feedback saved them from a much bigger disaster down the line.
See, market research, it's not about stroking your ego. It's about getting real and sometimes tough feedback.
And then you've got competitor analysis.
So it's like scoping out the competition,
Right.
but it's not about stealing ideas.
Absolutely not. It's about understanding the landscape. What are your competitors doing well? What are they missing? Where can you carve out your niche?
It's like if you're opening a coffee shop, you'd want to know how many other coffee shops are in the area, what kind of coffee they serve, what their prices are like.
Right. Maybe there's a gap in the market for like a really good cold brew place or a coffee shop that also offers pottery classes.
Ah, that's an idea.
And finally, let's talk about the minimum viable product, or MVP, as it's known in the biz.
The MVP, yeah, this is so key. Our sources really emphasize this. So for anyone who's not familiar, what exactly is an MVP?
So imagine you're building a car. You wouldn't spend months or years perfecting every single detail, from the cup holders to the engine, before you even know if it runs.
Right, makes sense.
The MVP is like building a basic, functional car first. It might not be pretty, it might not have all the bells and whistles, but it gets you from point A to point B.
So instead of waiting until you have the perfect product, you launch a more basic version to test the waters.
Exactly. You get it in front of real users, get their feedback, and then iterate and improve based on that feedback.
Makes a lot of sense. All right, ready to move on to mistake number 2.
Hit me with it.
All right, this one's a bit of a buzzkill, especially for us creative types. Mistake number 2 is underestimating financial management.
Ooh, yeah, this is a big one. It's easy to get caught up in the excitement of a new venture and forget about the numbers. But trust me, a solid financial plan is non-negotiable.
So no more back-of-the-napkin math.
As tempting as that may be, probably not the best idea if you want your business to, actually succeed. You need to understand your startup costs, your operating expenses, your cash flow projections.
See, this is where I get lost.
Yeah.
Cash flow, projections. It all starts to sound like a foreign language.
It can feel overwhelming, absolutely. But here's the thing, you don't have to be a financial whiz to manage your finances effectively. There are tons of resources out there, from online courses to financial advisors who can help you create a solid plan.
It's like having a financial superhero on your team. They help you navigate the scary world of numbers.
Exactly. They can help you secure funding, manage your cash flow, and make smart financial decisions.
So don't be afraid to ask for help. All right, ready for the final mistake.
Bring it on.
This one's all about staying agile, which can be tough, right? Because the business world, it's constantly changing.
Oh, absolutely. It's like trying to hit a moving target sometimes. And that brings us to mistake number 3, failing to adapt and innovate.
It's so easy to get stuck in your ways, especially when you found something that works. But our sources were very clear. Adaptability is key.
You've got to be willing to pivot, to change course, to try new things. The businesses that thrive are the ones that can adapt to changing market conditions, new technologies, and evolving customer needs.
It's about having that always learning mindset, isn't it?
Absolutely. Stay curious, stay informed about industry trends, talk to your customers, get feedback from your team. The more you know, the more adaptable you can be.
So to sum it all up, we've got to do our market research, we've got to master our finances, and we've got to stay flexible and adaptable.
It sounds like a lot, but really it's all about being proactive and informed and not being afraid to ask for help when you need it.
Absolutely. It's like you said at the beginning, everyone makes mistakes. It's the entrepreneurs who learn from those mistakes, who adapt and evolve, who ultimately succeed.
I couldn't have said it better myself. And on that note, I'll leave you with this thought. The entrepreneurial journey is a marathon, not a sprint. How will you pace yourself, adapt to the changing terrain, and cross that finish line?
Great question to ponder. And that's all the time we have for today's deep dive. But keep those entrepreneurial spirits high, and we'll see you next time.